Hey, it's the Midnight Raven, and welcome to It's Not All Doom and Gloom podcast. If you're new to the podcast, I am the Midnight Raven. Today, we look at things like mental health, we look at the past, the present, the future, we look at goals, we look at aspirations, and we do it all in about 20 to 25 minutes. So, if you're new to the channel or you're new to the podcast, I am the Midnight Raven. I live in the UK and I have been suffering with some bad mental health for the last few years. I have had counseling for the last year and I have now stopped counseling temporarily. And today we are going to look at more of the 365 self discovery journal prompts that we have been doing for about the last year. There are 2 seasons to this podcast. If you haven't seen season 1, go check it out. There are many helpful tips and advice, all in about 20 minutes. In each podcast episode, we go through 5 questions looking at the past, the present, the future, mental health, and you guys can give some tips, some advice, share your stories, tell me how you're coping with your mental health, among other things. So, without any further ado, let's get into the question for today. And today's questions are not too bad, they are quite tame. They come in here, and we do 5. So, the first question of the day, if we are ready, is how could you manage your money better? What a time to be asking that question. But yes, how could you manage your money better? Well, amazingly enough, the cost of living crisis has made that easy because managing money is a day to day thing now. Before the whole cost of living crisis, money managing might have been a monthly thing, or you know, you may not have had to manage your money so much because you had money coming in, you had money going out, and you still had money left over. Cost of living crisis has made it so you manage your money. I would say, at least if you don't do it daily, you do it weekly. Instead of getting to the end of the month, paying your bills and being like, look, I've got this amount of money left over. I guarantee you now, you get to the end of the first week after being paid and you are already looking at how you can make it stretch. Now, there are many ways that you could try and make extra money, but let's concentrate on managing your money first. So, the way you could manage your money would be a budget. Look at what's coming in, look at what's going out, and seeing if you could swap stuff. Like, I guess giving up some luxuries would make it easier to manage your money. Maybe you have a couple of subscriptions, maybe Amazon, maybe you have Netflix, maybe you could cut one of them out. Maybe if you go to the pub Friday and Saturday, maybe you could just go to the pub on one of those days. Maybe if you use your car a lot, maybe you could try and use public transport if it works out cheaper. And you could cut little things back. Maybe instead of having lunch at work or going out for lunch, you make a pack lunch. There's sort of things you could do that are like minis, little bits. If you wanted to manage your money better, you could try bringing more in. That might also help. You could do things like car boots, which are really easy to set up. You could do a yard sale at the front of your house if you don't have a car. You could do Vinted on the side. You could do eBay. You could do a simple thing like dog walking, babysitting, car washing, anything that just brings a little bit of an extra chunk of change in. But the cost of living crisis hasn't exactly made the money managing thing. How do I manage my money? I budget. I take what I have at the beginning of the month, I pay all my bills, and then whatever I have left over is for me. And then we break that down into how much I can spend a week or even how much I can spend a day if it's a really tight month. And that's how I work. Sometimes I get money from YouTube, which helps. Sometimes I get donations, which help. I'm also starting to stream on TikTok to try and get some extra money. So there are ways, although the cost of living crisis sounds horrendous, there is ways that you can manage your money. If you really do struggle though, don't suffer alone. Go to Citizens Advice. Go to your local community fridge to get some free food. Go to your local food bank, see if they can help you out. Go to your doctors if you need more kind of financial help, mentally, where you're like just breaking down in tears or you really are struggling. Don't suffer in silence, would be my thing. There is always somebody out there that can help. Go to your local council, see if they've got a discretional fund, if you're struggling to pay your rent and stuff like that. Okay, question 2. When was a moment when you were really proud of yourself? I'll say that again. When was a moment you were really proud of yourself? A moment I was really proud of myself. I'm going to say that the moment I was really proud of myself was after a year of counseling, where they said that I could take a break because I had come so far. So I did a year of counseling. I had 2 different counselors. I had one counselor for about 9 months, and then I had a different counselor for, I think it was 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. And I'm not sure whether counseling worked for me per se. I don't feel that just sitting there and talking about the issue made them any better, made them go away, made me cope any better. I still sometimes think I need counseling, but just not as often. Maybe a weekly thing, a fortnightly thing, or maybe even just once a month have a session to like debrief. I did find sharing stuff with somebody else helpful, but I don't know whether it really helped overall. I still get days where I really do get low, and I still get days where I really do feel like I need to reach back out to a counselor. So although I've come so far, and I would say I am proud of myself to where I am today, where I'm not having weekly counseling sessions like I was, I still don't feel, I don't want to use the term fixed or normal. I don't feel sometimes stable. I sometimes feel a little off, and that maybe I need that reassurance to put me back on the level. So, a moment when I have felt really proud of myself was not having counseling. But there are times that I kind of waver back into whether I still need it and whether I should reapply. And I have actually thought of reapplying to have counseling and have counseling maybe once a month, because I do get really low. I do have days where I do consider bad things, and it is really hard. I'd love to say that I am like fully healed, fixed, but that's not true. No one is ever fully healed, no one is ever fully fixed. Counseling isn't like a band-aid. You don't put the band-aid on and then you're suddenly cured. It doesn't, it's not it's not an easy fix like that. It takes time, it takes a lot of hours, and you have to want it as well. You also have to want to become better. You also have to want to stop the negative thoughts, and sometimes it is easier to just slip back. So as much as I am proud of myself that I don't have counseling anymore, I don't feel necessarily it's something to be proud of. I think that the best thing for me would be to not need counseling, and then I wouldn't have had to be proud to have not had it. So I wouldn't say I'm proud that I've had counseling, but I guess I would be proud of where I am. But that only became of the counseling, I guess. So I guess it's a catch-22, isn't it? You know, but I am proud of where I am. I just need, sometimes I do think I just need a bit more counseling, and I have considered applying to Mind to have some more on either a fortnightly or monthly basis. I sometimes have tendencies where I just need the little bit of help, and it's not wrong and it's not bad to think like that. It's actually quite good that I've actually thought maybe I need some extra help before I slide back down again. So there is some positivity to being negative, because hopefully thinking negatively I will be able to help myself by doing something positive. So like a counterbalance. So next question, are we ready for this? What have you been wanting to try lately? I'll read the question again. What have you been wanting to try lately? What have I been wanting to try lately? Well, I tried TikTok. Anybody who hasn't been a fan of my channel for a while, you all know I'm a YouTuber by trade. I'm a vintage reseller. I go to car boots and I do all of that. But I had been wanting to try TikTok, and I have done 2 or 3 live streams on TikTok now. I'm not very big over there, and I'm not sure if I'm even confident over there, but I have done a couple of streams, and I am trying to stream at least daily on TikTok to keep the algorithm. But it was something I've been wanting to try lately. And I know my YouTube followers are going to be like, oh, she's converting to TikTok. I'm not converting to TikTok. I'm not swaying to TikTok. I'm not mooching over to TikTok. It was just another platform that I could try my skills on, of like this, communicating, talking, and all of that. And I thought maybe TikTok would be a good basis for mental health. I think a lot of people on TikTok, from the drama I've seen over there is a lot of mental health on TikTok, and a lot of people over there do like to communicate, do like to hang out. And I do feel that it does have a community based on TikTok. It just sounds toxic over there. And I've seen toxic stuff, not gonna lie. But I had wanted to be trying TikTok. I had wanted to go live for a while, and I was nervous. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I've seen some shocking live streams on TikTok before where people are nasty in the comments and they troll you. But then my friend does TikTok and she loves it. She streams once a day or twice a day. She's been getting donations and she's been enjoying it. So, as much as you'd like to look at the negative of TikTok, and don't get me wrong, there is negative stuff about TikTok. It is quite negative. There is drama, but there is a positive in TikTok as well, that there is a community. If you can find your little niche and your little community, it can be a nice place. You can have nice hangouts and nice streams. You just have to find the right community. So that's what I've been wanting to try lately. I've been wanting to try TikTok, and I have plucked up the courage and I did a live stream. So come and join me on TikTok. I'm the Midnight Raven over there. So, next question. Where do you see yourself in 6 months, a year, 5, or 10 years? Well, let's start small. Let's go for the 6 months. Where do I see myself in 6 months? Where do I see myself in 6 months? Probably about the same. I have to say, I don't have many aspirations at the minute. I see myself in 6 months being pretty much the same. Doing YouTube, doing vintage, working from home, being with my partner, and just enjoying being a better me for 6 months. Just enjoying the fact that I don't have counseling, that things are getting better, medically, it's getting better, and just take that time for myself to just enjoy where I am for 6 months. Where do I see myself in a year? In a year, I would like to be more financially sound. I would love to be self employed full time. I would love to be able to not have to go back to work and do vintage and car boots full time. In 5 years, I would love to have been with my partner for 5 years at that point, touch wood. And I would love to have moved in together. I would even love to have been engaged by then. Not married necessarily in 5 years, but possibly engaged. And where do I see myself in 10 years? I would love to see myself with my partner, who I'm currently with. I'd love to see us living together, married, maybe doing a bit more traveling, maybe making YouTube a full time job with vintage and stuff, and just be happy, I guess. Just be happy. 10 years down the line, I would just love to be happy with my partner, living together, sharing and making memories. It's a very simple concept for me. I don't really ask for much. I would love to travel a bit more. He does like traveling, and I would love to go abroad with him, and I would love to travel the UK, and I would love to get a bike license. He does have two motorbikes, and I would love if I could get a moped license or something, or a 125 license, and join him. I do actually have a provisional license. I could do my CBT test and then get a bike, which could be quite fun. But I am quite a nervous Nelly when it comes to the road, unfortunately. But I think maybe in time, I think maybe, as he would say, I could have more confidence than I look. But we shall see about that one. I don't know about that one. But that would what I would be looking for in the next 6 year, 5 and 10. And then the last question of today. Make sure you share your thoughts and feelings and emotions and stories. What intentional actions can you take today to take care of yourself? So, what intentional actions can you take today to take care of yourself? I think just loving yourself. I think one of the things we don't do often enough is love ourselves and take time for ourselves and realize that we are worthy of everything we have and everything we accomplish. I think just taking time to reflect as well can also be good. What actions can you take today to take care of yourself? I think your mental health is probably one of them. Like taking time, like making a life work balance, taking time to make memories with your kids or your partner, taking time away from the mundane life, whether it's a night away, a weekend away, or a holiday away. I think maybe getting out there more if you're a very closed off person. Maybe an action you could take today to take care of yourself would be to find other people going through the same stuff as you so you could talk to them, maybe join a group would be nice, or even just as simple as going down your local for a drink on a Saturday night, just to have conversations with people. It gives you a bit of time, it gives you a bit of R&R, but actions you can take to take care of yourself. I think loving yourself, taking time for yourself, being nicer to yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Try and be less stressful. Try and see the good in everything you do, even if you're having like a bad day. Realize that not every day can be bad. Although if you do live in my world, it does look like it. Um, it does look like it. Not gonna lie. Um, but yeah. What intentional actions can you do to take care of yourself? They don't have to be massive. They could just be a tiny little thing, like making sure you get that little pampering bubble bath once a week, or make sure you take an hour to read that book you've been wanting to. We're not asking you to do like overwhelming things to make your life and take care of yourself better. They could be small little actions that, make a big positive um, thing in your life. So, they were the questions for today. So, let's recap. We had, how can you manage your money better? When was a moment when you were really proud of yourself? What have you been wanting to try lately? Where do you see yourself in 6, a year, 5, or 10 years? And what intentional actions can you take today to take care of yourself? That's a mouthful, isn't it? Let me know down below your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your stories, how you're feeling. How's the credit crunch taking you? Where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? Let me know down below. I love hearing all your stories. I love hearing all your comments. This is the It's Not All Doom and Gloom podcast. If you're new to this podcast, I was the Midnight Raven and I do have mental health issues. But as you will see from this podcast, we are working through them day by day. And I want to thank everybody that has been on this journey with me. This is season 2 of the podcast. And if you want to hear more from me, click that notification bell so you don't miss a podcast, as well as all my other content. If you want to see the previous series, there is a playlist of series 1, and this is series 2. I want to welcome everybody that is new. Don't be afraid to share your stories and to follow along on this mental health journey that we can both do together. If you want to follow me elsewhere, you can follow me on Instagram. I am the Midnight Raven over there. Or you can now follow me on TikTok, where I am the Midnight Raven as well. If you'd like to help the podcast out anywhere, you can share it, click the notification bell, subscribe, or you can donate to the channel by PayPal, Super Chat, Super Thanks, or become a member for privileged content. And I will see you very soon for another episode of It's Not All Doom and Gloom podcast. Thank you and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye, guys.